All right, y'all. In the pink room, we're gonna have a nice little girl talk, chatty time. I got Kenzo B from the Bronx in the building. Kenzo, say hey.
Hey, y'all.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. This is the first thing I did today, so
okay.
We on a good.
You woke up?
Yeah.
You woke up fresh face. Y'all can't really. You probably can because the lighting's really good in here. She looks beautiful. Fresh face. I love a good natural face.
Thank
now,
you.
Normally, if you know me, I'm natural face too. But, it's the cameras. So I got to be beat down. Or at least I tried to. Regardless, she here, she chilling. She got the vibes of the pink room already down packed. Shoes off. We're going to have a good time. All right, so we're going to take it back. Now, talk to me or tell me the story of your first experience with music. Now, this could be your first song you ever remember hearing with your parents laying on your daddy's chest or something. Or it could be the first song that made you cry, but just the first time music made you feel something that you couldn't explain.
Okay, I got the perfect time.
Okay.
All right. This I don't remember how long ago. Nah, this was a long time ago. I don't remember exactly, man. But this had to be around the time Meek Mill dropped Ready or Not.
Okay. That was a minute ago.
Yeah. Long story short, I heard the original beat, like the beat of itself. Well, I heard somebody rapping on it. Rapping on the Ready or Not beat.
Where?
But the original beat is that I Don't Want to Know.
Yeah, about Mario Winans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That beat, all right, so now that beat, the first time I heard that beat is the first time I felt connected to a beat.
Really?
That was my first freestyle beat I think I ever, that's the first beat I ever freestyled on, I think. And
is it on SoundCloud or YouTube?
I posted it on Facebook.
Oh, damn. That was a minute ago then. Wait, how old was you then? Well, you going to put it out there?
I probably was 13, 14.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a little minute. Okay.
Yeah, but that was I was doing it way before that too. But I was always just writing to beats that either my brothers picked or people gave to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If my brothers really picked my beats for real when I was first starting. And now when I was 13, I was just randomly one day I'm just watching YouTube videos and then somebody's freestyle had popped up and they were doing that beat and I was like, nah, I gotta find that beat.
Oh, okay. That's why I'd ask, where'd you hear that beat at? So you were on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you heard somebody else freestyle over that.
Yeah, somebody else was freestyling over it. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to find that beat. And then eventually, I went to my brothers and stuff and I'm like, yo, what beat is this? And he like, all right, but yeah, that's this. And then I found the beat and it's so real. I wrote probably 3-4 versions of freestyles to that one beat. I was addicted to the beat for a minute.
Addicted to the beat. I like that. Addicted to the I have a similar hunch that I get whenever it's something I'm immediately connected to.
Yeah.
Then I'm telling myself stories or talking myself through just different emotions that I'm feeling on it. So I'm gonna assume those 4 different versions you had were just about different types of emotions or different things.
Yeah, I feel every time, with that specific beat, every time I heard it, I always thought of something different as far as lyrics wise. As far as lyrics, I always could come up with something different every time I heard the beat.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, do you remember, or do you, obviously the actual original song by Mario Winans, had you heard that song, the actual song before, around the house or with your mom, your dad, or the beauty shop, wherever?
I think I have heard it, but I can't remember because I know it too well now. But at that time, I'm pretty sure I've heard it around.
Yeah.
But it was really the beat itself.
Yeah.
The instrumental.
Yeah, the instrumental. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's something to say about, well, let me back it up actually. The Weeknd and 21 had that Creep song on Metro's project. Remember that? You know that song? Okay. Well, they sampled that beat too. And I remember when I first heard That was,
I gotta listen to that.
Yeah, you've heard it. Creeping is it was a top charted song for a while.
How does it go?
I don't want to know. It's really the actual song. It's just The Weeknd singing. If she
No, yeah, I definitely heard that.
Yeah. Okay, but that's the same. That's the same sample from that song. Mm-hmm. But I think it's something about either the chords or whatever it is in that beat, in that sample, that feels so good. Because when I first heard that, I was like, damn.
Because look, in the original, remember, it's still that.
And that's a sample too.
So like, you know what's crazy? I love sample beats now when I make music, right?
Yeah.
Back then, they weren't called that. You feel me? But that's literally what it was. That's literally what I used to write to. Like,
what were they called back then?
Like, what, those sample beats?
Yeah.
They was just called like type beats.
Oh,
or
type beats. Yeah.
You know, like it was I wasn't familiar with people taking snippets from another song and putting it in a beat, and that's what I wasn't like familiar with that.
Yeah.
So at this time, I'm just looking at it like, yo, this beat is so fire. I've never heard nothing like this.
Meanwhile, it's a sample from a sample from a sample from a sample. But you know, music, like history repeats itself. Music is passing down the recipes, and that same infectious energy that they had. I don't want to get it wrong. Was it the Fugees that had the song originally? Yeah, something like that. Okay, I might f that up. Oh well, if I didn't, thank God. That, and then to Mario Winans, then to Meek, then to 21, The Weeknd, and then even you rapped on it. Like, that's important. It's still important. All right,
and it's probably gonna be many more people that's gonna come out.
More and more, especially because more and more ears, or not ears, but more and more young creators, or creators in general, are being born into this technology. Like, I didn't even really realize what music really, I mean, I knew what music was, but I didn't even realize to make music you needed a DAW or whatever until I got to like 21 too. Like, I didn't know how people were making music.
I don't know. What is a DAW?
A digital audio workstation. Something like that.
A studio?
Pro Tools, Ableton. Yeah. The stuff that like they actual.
Yeah, the stuff that they do in the studio. The engineer. I just make the music.
Okay, let's actually get into your studio experiences. All right, so that was your first experience with music that, you know, you felt something you couldn't even describe. Now let's talk about square one, and let's talk about your first time writing a freestyle. And was it to that beat, that same beat?
No.
Okay, so let's talk about your first time writing a freestyle.
My first time ever writing, it probably wasn't, I probably wouldn't consider it a freestyle. I wrote like a good 4 bars, maybe.
Okay,
6
you
bars,
still put a pen and
a little
paper?
Something. But I wrote it to Started From the Bottom by Drea.
That was probably hard.
I wrote it. It was not hard.
It wasn't.
It was about a bowl of cereal. But what it was always about, like, okay, because my brothers always amped me, right? But I think what it was more about was my wordplay, not my bars at that time.
That's technique right there too.
Yeah, like that's what my brother used to be heavy on. Like, yo, you nice because you could. We used to be heavy on when I was young and I first started writing. I already knew what a double entendre, like, I don't know if I'm saying it right. But
you said it right, entendre.
I was already knowing about that stuff. So that's what I used to be thinking about. And then mind you, I was real competitive with my brothers. So I'm like.
Are your brothers like old school hip hop heads?
Nah. All right. Bando is 1 year older than me. So
okay.
He's just. And then my older brother, he a couple years older than me. But he was just doing music at the time. Like, he was probably like 17 when I started, or I don't know. But at the time, he was just starting, going to the studio and making music. And then one day he just comes in the crib, and we always used to do like little family things together. As siblings, we always used to do stuff like that. So we was all together like this in the living room one day, and he was like, yo, let's all like pick a beat and let's try to write something. You feel me? Yeah. And so he encouraged me and Bando to go in our rooms. We all went to a separate room. So
okay, so y'all split up.
We all split up, and we had like 20 minutes to write some stuff. So then in 20 minutes, we all came back and we spit to each other what we had written.
Yeah.
And then my brothers was amping me up. And then Bando, he had spit some, but it was not good. So I was like getting the trophy.
You was time. Already, like, you know, it ain't good.
I'm like, up. Top 2 and I'm
not 2, no.
But yeah, so my brother started amping me, and then them amping me just made me want to keep on trying to do it. So eventually we kept on. Even though my brother wasn't good, he was so like dedicated to doing it. Like Bano, he was mad dedicated to doing it. So it got to the point where we was staying up overnight on school nights and all. Like my mom was okay with it at this point. Like she coming in on a school night and we up till 6 a.m. just on the floor in a circle writing. And then we writing in composition notebooks at that time. Like we writing, blasting beats, and just my mom was booking like 10 hours studio sessions every trip because all of us did music. And then at this time, I don't know how I had so much to like talk about at that time. But I used to come up with like 4 songs per studio session. Like we used to have 4 songs, and then like I said, me and my brothers were competitive.
Yeah.
So we was like, all right, if you don't go, we were like, if you don't go in there in one take, you're done.
Then it's mine.
Yeah, like you're done.
I'm on the mic.
So we was real competitive. We going in there, and then now I make music a little differently because like I got a different ear. I feel like but like back then I was straight no punch-ins. I was straight spitting. Like that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
And
one take.
Yeah.
I love that. Wait, so your brother was the one that was like, all right, everyone go and put their pen to paper for 20 minutes.
My oldest brother.
He was kind of organizing that. I'm like, that's what I'm going to do to my kids. That's one thing I'm going to do. All right, everybody go in their room. Or go in your bunk bed.
He made it fun too, though. Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like that's the only reason why we did it at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because he made it fun. He made it. And then, like, another thing, my brother was like one of them. He used to dance when he was younger. So he was one of them lit, like, young.
Oh,
so
everybody knew
we
him.
looking up to him like, all right, we listen to whatever he say because he out and he partying every day. Like, we trying to be like that.
Yeah.
So, for me, we basically just started writing, and then it just became a habit. We really never stopped from there.
Okay, so then tell me about your first time in one of them studio sessions that your mom booked for y'all. Because that was probably your first time hearing yourself on the mic, right?
Yeah, but I can't remember my like reaction. But like I said, I feel like one thing we always knew, like from the very first time I was in the studio, I had a good ear. Like I knew what I liked and what I didn't like. Like, for example, my brother used to use like auto-tune on he used to be real versatile. So he used to do his choruses in auto-tune and then his verses raw and stuff like that. So one thing I hated when I was younger, I hated auto-tune. Like I always liked to record raw.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's one thing that we noticed from the very first studio session. Like I had an ear. I could like tell. It was to the point where I was telling the engineer like, yo, let me repeat that. I did it OB. He's like, nah, I don't sound like OB. And I'm like, nah,
I heard what I heard.
I heard myself. Yeah. Like I know how it's supposed to go. And then my flow was crazy. But the first time I went to the studio, I actually shot my first music video too.
Aww, two first.
Yeah. And me, both of my brothers, and then one of my brother's friends was all on a track, and we did a cypher. And we went, recorded. We all recorded in the booth. I'm pretty sure I won't take that. Like, I can't lie. Every trip in the studio at that time, I was...
When you say trip, you mean like just to the studio?
Yeah, like every time I went to the studio, I went one take. Because I used to be practicing like home.
Mm-hmm.
I used to write, and then I got a week to practice, and then I'm going to the studio on Friday.
Oh,
so it's like,
wait, okay.
You feel me? Shit like that. Like, so we was writing, and I'm telling you, my brother was writing. To this day, he writes every single day.
That's his therapy.
Like, that's literally his therapy. Like, I can't even do it as much as he does it.
Yeah, he got it. He has to do it. He does it for him.
When I feel like writing, I write. But he could literally write a song every single day. And he's always been like that. So it's like, at that time when he had the bigger influence, I feel like, I was like, okay, I'm writing every day because I'm trying to make as much songs as this nigga.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a beautiful though, that he's doing that and has impacted you and inspired you.
And he's actually good. Like, he's not one of them that you just writing. Like, nah, he really be talking.
Yeah, I mean, if you're writing every day, you're gonna end up getting really good at writing.
Hell yeah.
You definitely got to, especially if he was doing it before y'all even started doing it. He was doing it before he got y'all in the room?
I can't remember like how long, but I'm pretty sure it was a new hobby for him because he was a dancer. Yeah. And that's why it was more significant because we like, yo, this is really good. And this not even his thing. So he already was like, at that time, he was already like the famous child, the popular child. Like, you know how they be saying that? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
He was that. So it's like, he doing like, my sister was playing basketball, but...
Oh, you got a sister too?
Yeah, I got an older sister.
She wasn't in the room writing?
She wasn't, but we do have a song together, all four of us.
Oh my God, I gotta hear that.
We do have a song.
Where is it at?
I have it. My mom is crazy. My mom had her email for ages. So
it's somewhere in there.
It's in there. No, it's definitely in there. I be listening to her old stuff.
Nostalgia. Okay, let's talk about your first time performing. Then. Okay, so you recording, you in the studio, laying tracks, and now you out here, like out here, like obviously, like
okay. So we talking after Bump It.
Yeah.
All right. My first performance after Bump It was in, I don't remember where did I perform, but it was in Brooklyn. But
why you say Brooklyn like that?
Brooklyn. It was in Brooklyn. Mulatto had brought me out on her New York tour.
I didn't know that.
And that was my very first performance. Like when I first, like as Kenzo B, that was my very first performance.
When was this?
This was...
It was a while ago.
Let me see.
That's
Hold
huge.
on, I got receipts.
I didn't know that. I love Lotto. Big Lotto. Big Drea. Top 2, not 2.
Look, I made a TikTok.
I love that. Because that had to have been like at least a year.
This was April 17.
Oh,
April 16. 2022.
Oh, they said 2017. Okay,
no,
never mind.
April
I say because hold on.
No. Bump It came out last year.
Yeah. No,
in February.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge. It's really big. I didn't know that.
So yeah, that was my first performance as Kenzo.
As Kenzo B. All right. So how did you feel on the stage with your first performance? And she has huge crowds. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, she did have a huge crowd. I felt...
Talk me through, like, literally when they mic you up, walk on the stage, like, everything. I want to know everything.
One, I have stage fright. I'm aware of this.
What?
So, once I get the memo that I have a performance or something, I just be, like, getting anxiety. Like, feel me? So, basically, I was performing with somebody else, so I wasn't that anxious, but I still was anxious. But long story short, Lotto had went, and I think she had performed some before us. And then she called us on stage. Long story short, when I got on that stage, one, I felt like I had too high expectations from that crowd. And then two, it wasn't that bad when I was actually on the stage. But like while I was on the stage, I understood like, okay, the crowd isn't like, it's not that they don't like me or they don't for my. It's just like, this is Lotto's crowd. That's how I was looking at it. Like,
you walked to Lotto.
They came to see Lotto. So at the end of the day, I don't feel bad, you know, because like it wasn't like bad, but for me, it was just like.
They wasn't giving you back what you was giving them.
From me. So I felt like that, but I was understanding about it. But overall, the experience, like I said, when I got up there, it was regular. Like I felt good. It was fun, and I enjoyed the experience. So
you had fun,
yeah.
And then when you got off the stage, did you feel like a release? Like,
hell yeah. I'm glad I'm always like that. I'm like, I just want to go up there and do this, and I'm going to feel better when I'm just coming back down.
All right. Let's talk about another performance after that then. Like, and how you took the learning from that one to the next one.
Okay. My next performance was Gramercy Theater. Wait. No.
You can laugh.
Did I perform in the Gramercy Theater? I did perform in the Gramercy Theater. Okay. That was my last performance. No. I performed... My second performance was in the Barclays Center.
Oh, wait. You going from big stage to big stage? What? How the...
I performed for the We Graduate. I think that's what you call it.
It was several artists on there.
Yeah. It was a school thing.
I feel like I heard about that.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of New York-based artists.
Yeah, I had performed with Devin.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I did hear about that. Yeah. Y'all got a song together too.
Yeah.
Is it more? Y'all have more than one song together.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought. How was that one then? So Barclays is bigger than the stage it was on with Lotto.
The Barclays Center, actually, let me tell you, the Barclays Center was more calm, like welcoming than the Lotto show.
Yeah, but
me. Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, tell me why.
The Barclays Center show was for kids. I feel like I don't have that much anxiety performing for like a younger crowd.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like they the genuine ones. Like, I don't feel like it's hard to please a young crowd.
It's not.
But it be the older people that's like stink. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I didn't have that much anxiety. And then like with Devin, performing with Devin is not really like
that hard for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was good.
Y'all got good chemistry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we talked about performing, writing in the studio. Shoot, I'm trying to think. What's another first that we haven't talked about? You've been really good at just kind of telling all the story around everything. Which I love that. That's what the room is for. All right. Tell me about the first time working with French Montana.
First time working with French. Yo, I can never tell anyone how I met French. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I've been working in the studio then. If y'all...
Okay, our first time working in the studio.
Yeah, what'd you learn from him? What'd you take out of that
That was not a good experience. He know why. French basically had called me to the studio, right? Yeah, I'm throwing him out there. He basically had called me to the studio one day, and this was like the first time, I believe, our first time actually in the studio. We didn't do anything together.
Okay.
Like our very first time actually in the studio. Yeah, no, that was a different time that I was talking about. That was a bad experience. But it's just like an inside joke.
Mm-hmm.
But the very first time, you know that song that he made? What song did he make? What song did he drop? What French Montana dropped lately?
Lately?
Not lately. I'm talking about like last year. It was a song. It was a bop. Like
every time French Montana drop, I don't know it was him dropping until someone's like, "Do you know that's a French Montana song?" I'm like, damn, drop every fucking weird.
Yo,
I forgot.
Yeah, he done dropped so much between the time. I can't even. But I was in the studio when he had made a song.
You know what? Let me just look and see what his latest drop was, so we get this right.
Yeah,
let's get this right. No, French Montana is one of them artists that like. I look back at all the most memorable points in my lifetime, and from college to now, and he's had a song every single year, almost every single
French,
quarter.
I ain't gonna lie, I watched his documentary, and that
on
made
what?
Me.
He has a documentary?
Yeah,
I need to watch that.
I watched it at the premiere.
I need to watch that.
But let me stop. But that made me understand him and his whole come up 100 times more, and also appreciate it 100 times more too.
I can't find
it. Long story short, yeah, I was in the studio while he was making. I say all that to say, I want you to find the song because it went crazy.
I can't lie. Ra-ta-ta-ta.
It's before Ra-ta-ta-ta.
Addicted to you. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, this is a whole free smoke forever. Choose you. Sheesh. I don't know. That's all off the project. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Yes, I Do, Fenty, Whipping It Slowly, Life Worth Living, Say Less, Sliding. I don't know.
I don't know the name of it.
Drop Top?
I cannot. Drop Top? How'd I go?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, it's crazy because I have it at the tip of my tongue, but I cannot think.
This man got so much music. And I know I didn't heard all these songs before. I know I have.
You know what? It's because we have a song and I keep thinking about that song and it's like, get out of my head because it's not you. I don't remember.
Okay, we don't remember.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna share this. Like, listen, this is the song.
Right.
But I had went to the studio and we didn't record anything that day. Like, we was just chilling in the studio the very first day. After that studio session, it had to be like probably like 1 a.m. French calls me. He's like, yo, Kenzo, pull up to the studio. I'm like, I bet. I go to the studio, right? He wanted me to do something. Like, he wanted my voice on something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did it. I had went in the studio. I had did it or whatever. Now, it comes like 2 weeks later, and he's shooting the video, and I'm not going to say what song it is.
Okay.
He knows what I'm talking about. But 2 weeks later come, and we had a problem because, look, he was shooting a video to the song, and I was shooting a music video too. So it was like on the same day.
On the same day.
Yeah, so I couldn't, like, we couldn't, feel me? Yo, so I'm like, okay, he's probably still gonna, like, just gonna leave my I go and I listen to the song.
He took it out.
He took it out.
Because you couldn't make a video.
I said, next time we go in the studio, I'm not playing. It better make it outside. Like,
it better make it to the streets, dog.
But nah. It was like one of them situations where, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. It was literally like an ad-lib or something, but I was like, okay. I know this was, it was supposed to be dropping after we announced the whole signing and stuff, so I know it would have went crazy.
When it went up, yeah.
But me and friends got some coming.
Okay.
But I don't remember like how we first got together. I just know we were around so much of the same people that it was to the point where our first link up was probably like mad casual.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, I only asked that because I know like he is an artist that I follow for years. And then anytime an artist like that big is stamping, co-signing, and supporting and amplifying an artist that's coming up, you want to pay attention, right? Because you're like, all right, well, who was that? French talking about her. She on the project. Okay, let's break into a little scene. I'm just gonna make this up on the spot. You be in your own world though. I'm like, what do you be doing? And
I be in my own world. You want to know what I do?
What you do?
When I wake up, I have a bad habit of checking my phone first thing in the morning.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna cap. I wake up, I check my phone, and that phone check, that determined my mood for the day.
Oh no, that's bad.
That determined my mood for the day. If it's like sometimes I wake up like, and then especially who I am now, I could wake up and then some going on with me, and I don't even know. Like, blog pages posting some, like, I don't know. So that determines my mood. Off rip, I'm either good or I'm not. So now on a day that I have nothing to do, I'm just gonna chill. Like, I'm not an outside girl, like, and I don't have friends, so I'm not chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I don't really do.
What do you be doing in the house by yourself?
Listen,
what you be watching?
I be on my phone, bro, and I know that is bad. That's why I don't even want to say it. But I be on my phone, bro. Like, I could literally be home all day, the whole 24 hours, and not watch no TV or nothing, and just be on my phone.
Okay, because that's about to give me a heart attack. Are you listening to music while you're on your phone? Is there something playing in the background?
I'm talking about
is it white noise? Is it static? What is it?
Bro, I'm saying reels and got sound.
No. I'm balling my fist up. No.
Nah, I do watch some TV. And I do be listening to music.
I want your fans to know what Kenzo B be doing when she by herself. So listening, they're watching reels, they're being on her phone.
All right. So I'm either I'm definitely on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely on my phone. I always have this fake kind of motivated moment through the day where I feel like I want to do something productive.
Why you call it fake?
Because it's fake. It's fake. I'm not gonna lie. And this is a day that I have nothing to do. Like, I know there's nothing to do. I'm free today. You
don't gotta go outside.
That's when I just start being like, oh, okay, well, today I want to do my laundry. I want to reorganize my closet. Okay. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't go like that. That's why I said fake.
I know what you mean now.
So I just get that little, okay, I'm free. I got to do something. And then I lose it. Then.
Because you in your phone.
Next thing you know, it's time to go to sleep. And I don't even be going to sleep. I'll be on my phone.
What do you eat?
Listen, I don't even be eating.
Kenzo, no.
I have, I'm weird, bro. I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about
lately, I've been having a good appetite, though.
Okay.
I ate something today. And I usually don't even eat this early. I can't eat before 4 p.m., 3 p.m.
What time you... No. Your body's off caliber. Well, no,
Yeah, I know. It's because I don't sleep.
I'm about to say you probably don't sleep like that.
It's because I don't sleep.
All right, well, when you're in your phone, what kind of stuff are you looking at?
I play games on my phone.
Okay, what kind of... Are you into the different segments of TikTok and all the little dark holes of stuff? And,
Yo.
Tell me about something.
I wish I was a TikTok girl for real, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. You know why, too? I came up with this conclusion the other day. I was like, every time I'm home, I'm in my most chillest state, presentation-wise. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I don't be thinking
let me get dressed up and put it on TikTok.
Let me go on, let me just pick up my phone. I feel like if I was one of those, I'm always doing my hair or I'm always dressing up and taking pictures. I don't really do that for real. Right. Unless I'm going out or doing something or I gotta feel like that extra 10 times to be waking up or
doing all that. But you don't even need makeup.
And it really, it's not even about makeup.
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't know, certain, this is cute. But I wouldn't go on TikTok. I don't know. I be overthinking about TikTok.
Yeah, you overthinking.
It's just
this is cute for TikTok.
Yeah, this is definitely cute for TikTok. Yeah. I said I wanted to take a TikTok earlier, but I didn't. It always slipped my mind.
Yeah,
because that's not my main social media.
Yeah,
you know. But I really do. I have my moments where I be TikTok be having me in a chokehold for a good 2 days, 3 days, and then I lose it. But I don't know.
I recently been on the spiritual TikTok.
I be on there. I be watching those.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And then there's this
with the third eye and
that. I like that stuff. I've been going in there. What's another dark TikTok hole? I won't call them dark, but just rabbit hole. R.I.P. to the rabbit hole. Sorry. Sorry, it's kind of an insider. I don't know how we got on this. I was supposed to do a scene, and I'm like, wait, what are you be doing, first of all? But I guess you're in your own. She really is in her own world.
I'm literally in my own world.
Kenzo's world.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So if let me do it to you this way. If Kenzo's world if you had a studio in your home, describe the color of the walls, describe the fabric, describe the color. Yeah, of the wall. Build your own studio. Tell me how it would look. Kenzo's world studio in-house. She ain't got an
in-house studio. Okay, yeah. I've been on my grown lately, so I would keep the walls white because I love lighting. I love white walls and how the light just make it look. Yeah, I like bright rooms. They're like that. I'd probably have a pink carpet, like this one, fluffy pink carpet. What color couch would I have? I'm not too sure.
Maybe gray? Like a nice, like this kind of gray.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. Pink and gray. That might be fire.
That is fire.
Pink, gray, and white. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, bet. So now look, I'm gonna have the gray couch. It's gonna be a 3-seater because not gonna be too many. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's gonna have one of them long, the legs, the L-shaped couches.
Sectional.
Yeah. Yep. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. It's like 1, 2, and then it's 3, but it's I bet. I'm gonna have that, and then I'm gonna have a little glass table too. But I want a square.
Okay.
I want a square table and a shorter one, like a coffee table, like rectangle.
Yeah.
Yeah. My actual studio, I definitely need some LED lights too.
What color they gonna be? You could change colors.
It's probably gonna be pink. I'm not gonna lie. Or white. Like I said, like like because the LED white is kind of like a bluish white. Like I like that. That's fire too. But yeah. And I'm definitely going to just have a lot of throw covers. And what else?
Cozy girl vibes.
Yeah. I'm going to try to make it as cozy. I'm getting a mini fridge too.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta have that. I'm like a little bar. Well, damn.
Mini fridge.
Can't be talking about alcohol because you're not.
Mini fridge. A little bar for my cranberry juice.
Yeah, for cranberry passion juice. Fruit. For the cranberry juice. Okay. This one, I'm taking this all over the place. All right, let's go back to segment. So we just talked about, you just created your own scene, by the way. You just created Kenzo B's in-house studio. Now, Kenzo's
when
world.
I make my studio, y'all, I really got to show y'all.
Yes, you do. You have to be like, all right, Drea, here's the studio.
Here's the studio.
And walk us through it. Make a TikTok.
Yes, remind me to make a TikTok.
Remind her to make a TikTok, y'all. All right. So your brink. And again, for me, I think it was more so, when I say me, I'm talking about people like
the OGs. That's what I like to call them. The OGs.
Me and Lil Tyler just had this conversation. I was like, are we OGs? He's like, nah, y'all good. Like, y'all like, all right. I mean, shoot, I'll take it. I'm an OG.
No, I'm saying like OG supporters.
OG supporters, yeah. Okay. Yeah. If anything, people that would not have known about you or would have only known about you through other artists associated with you that we have been fans of for a while. So now you're gaining new fans through, through French, etc. So being on the Coke Boys project, which was huge, and then you just dropped your EP, Top 2 Not 2. Yes. Period. Tell me about how your life has been going since the Coke Boys project dropped up to you dropping the EP, and just kind of like your lessons, your learnings, like how you've been feeling through your new ascension. There
ascension.
Yes, you've been ascending.
I would say it's definitely gives me anxiety.
Oh no, let's talk about that. Why?
It definitely gives me anxiety because okay, if I'm Kenzo B and I'm like as introverted as I am, right? Imagine how I was when I was like just me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so basically everything I do now is a change in a whole total difference from like the lifestyle and what I'm used to doing on the regular. You feel me? So at that time, I say all of that to say at that time, like when I did that project, that was like, that's a good brink, I feel like.
No, it was.
That was the moment where I feel like more people was recognizing me outside.
Are you saying a brink for you?
Yeah,
personally?
A brink for me. Yeah.
And then for fans, for new. Well, I'm saying like for you as in like your growth as an artist, but then also a brink for your fans and the notoriety. There we go.
All right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. All right. So yeah, for my fans. Mm-hmm. That's when I started feeling like, okay, I'm getting more like talked about, more, all that. So now I lost my whole train of thought. I'm not gonna lie.
We're talking about your growth from the brink of the Coke Boys project, and then you dropping your Top 2 Not 2 EP through kind of like, I don't want to say the noise, but through a lot of the attention and the new fans and the unique listeners you've been gaining.
Oh yeah, what I was saying was, just for me, it was just more like just having to adapt. You know, like how also another thing that changed for me too, how much my fans started expecting more consistency from me. Mm-hmm. And like, if you remember at that time, I was dropping real like every other-ish, if you get what I mean.
You were just dropping.
I was dropping like every 2 months. I was dropping. It
was on YouTube though, right?
Yeah, but I was dropping like every 2 months. I'm dropping every.
It wasn't like a consistent like rollout or schedule.
I feel like lately I've been more kind of consistent than.
Yes, you have.
But I feel like with that project, that's where my supporters was like taking me a little more serious. Yeah, like, you know, they started egging me on that. So.
Yeah. You knew you was gonna be on that before we obviously knew, right?
I didn't. It was so last minute, actually. Oh, it was? It was last minute.
Oh, that's even crazier. So was you ready for what came after?
No.
You wasn't? Why?
I wasn't.
Why you say that?
Because I never been one of them people where it's like, oh, I want to be like so famous. So I like, you know, like I studied everything I have to do to be famous, or I studied how I have to act after I get famous. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going with the flow, and it's like, okay, now, like I said, now it's to the point where I used to be able to just go to the store, and now I go and stand outside my building for 2 minutes and people's coming up to me like, that. You feel me? So that's something that like changed, and also something I had to adjust to. But
how does it make you feel?
In the moment, it's good. But like, it's overall good. But I like when fans come up to me, when people come up to me, I feel good. But like the rush part about it, like as far as everything that you have to do, the work part, it'd be a lot. Like that's the part where,
because like, now they're like, all right, you got these new fans, now we got to feed the fans.
Like I said, like now I have to be outside more. I have to talk to people more. Like,
hi.
That's literally me. Like, fans be coming up to me and I'll be like, oh my gosh, why are they so excited to see me? Yeah. And people be looking at me like, bro, you know who you are, like, for me.
Yeah.
I had a so awkward situation yesterday.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
I was in the store, right? And it was like these group of boys that came up to me. But I don't know. I was just like I forgot who I was for real quick. I'm like, these boys come up to me and one of them is recording.
Oh.
One of them's recording, so I'm just looking at them like, all right, what y'all on? Like, But they were real life fans. And he was just like, oh, Kenzo, I love you, this, that, and the third. He was like one of those boys. He didn't really seem that young. He probably like 16, 17.
Okay,
yeah.
I must say, ain't no grown man.
Yeah,
now.
Like he wasn't grown, but he didn't seem like he wasn't 7, 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm just like, but they was actually cool.
They was nice.
Yeah.
And at first it was kind of like, what the y'all doing?
No, I'm just like, I was just looking at them because like, listen, yeah.
So if that video's out, here's the explanation behind.
Yeah, that's definitely
her face. That
I know what's going. No, yeah, because I was literally. They was asking me like, "Can we take a picture?" And I'm like, "No, I don't like how y'all like. I don't." And they was like, "What? We can't get a picture?" And I'm like, "No." And I was like, I did take a picture with them eventually.
Yeah,
you know? But I don't know. I don't be liking like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you are like very introverted.
When I do like meet younger kids and stuff. Or even like, you know what I like too? I like when older people like me. And I'm not talking about like 20s, 30s. I'm talking about like, you know, it be older people.
Oh, really?
Who come up to me and be like, yo, I saw you. Like, or my grandkid loves you, this, that, and that. And they'll recognize me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's cool.
I'm about to say, oh, don't say 30s old.
No.
We still fine and fly. Okay? Okay. All right. So let's talk about what's next from Kenzo B. Because the EP's already dropped, but I know you said you're working on French maybe, and then you also got stuff that you already working on for the next project. Like taking your lessons and your learnings from the most recent one, Top 2 Not 2, and and what you want to do for your fans. Like, what is something new that you want to bring to them in the next project that you have come out?
Something new as in sound.
Yeah, or something you knew you want to show them, or a new creative angle.
I feel like with Top 2 Not 2, that was my like little sample. I feel like that was my sample EP. I'm gonna call it that, because I feel like I gave a couple different sounds and vibes on that EP, and I pay attention to how my supporters react to my music too. So it was like, I know, and for the most part, I think everybody really with it.
Question: How do they react to the R&B vibes?
They jacked it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like, so now I know for the next, for my next project, I'm always, all right, one thing I like to do is cater to all types of my fans. Like, for example, I know I have drill fans. I know I have singing fans now. I know I have fans for the way I rapped on the radar. Like, you feel me? Like that type of rap.
Yeah.
And that style of rap. So I want to include all of that in my EP, my next EP, and probably every project after that. And I don't know if I be trying like on the low.
Okay.
Like I be trying. So if I try some new and I'm like, okay, I want to see how they feel about it, maybe I'll just throw it on there. But one thing I learned from my last EP though is I'm definitely gonna like give myself time. Like I'm a real like rush person.
You want to get it over with.
So it was like, yeah. So it was like with my EP, even though I did take a little bit more, I did take enough time to like, structure it up. I don't feel like it's unstructured, but next time, every time is gonna always be better for me, I feel like. So next time I feel like I'm gonna give myself a little more
structure, a little more time to really like
time to really like for example, I dropped my EP without like having all the videos ready to drop. Like, feel me? Just on some, okay, my fans, this is why I just want my fans to hear the music. Like, but like, I really want to drop my next one on some like video, audio type. Like,
well, like because your fans were just used to whenever Kenzo got something, she dropped it. Whenever, like, it was not a regimented like every week, every month thing for you. So like, they're going to jump when you say jump at this point, because they're kind of like waiting for you to give them what they need. So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself about that. Like that was like you said, your sample EP. You gave them some, because you just said, you know what, I want them to have something to hear.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I just feel like it's all about like just developing as an artist too. Like
exactly,
just being like one thing I'm not good at. I'm not good like with deadlines and time and like, you know what I'm saying. So that's just something I'm working on overall. So that's a goal I have for my next project. But I'm not really too, because I know they don't care if I drop yesterday or tomorrow. Like they just want me to drop.
Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So okay. So that's you holding yourself accountable for making sure that you're adhering to the structure in which it's going to get you that bag.
Yeah. Period.
That's it. All right. Do you have any questions for me? You don't have to.
No.
All right, girl. It has been great kicking it with you in the pink room. Thanks for being open and being vulnerable and telling me all those stories about you writing in your composition book and performing and all that good stuff. I'll be looking out for your next EP.
All
right. Bye, y'all. Peace.